你睇到我功夫啊，試我腳法啊！
Mark Kermode, does this complete the experience or simply make the experience complete?
Well, you know, I was in the past a great fan of Quentin Tarantino, and the disappointment of Volume 1, which I thought was just entirely style, no substance, it was always tempered by the possibility that this would complete the picture, this would give it the substance. I think it hasn't. I think it's actually gone the other way. I think what you now have is just a much longer catalogue, a roaring rampage of revenge, in which you don't care about any of the characters at all, because they are all just entirely ciphers for Tarantino's kind of adolescent movie angst fixation. That wouldn't bother me if I thought that the movie fixations were more interesting. But the fact is that even as geek movies go, this is less exciting than Reservoir Dogs, it's less funny than Pulp Fiction, it's less dramatically well put together than something like Jackie Brown. To me, the experience of this felt like being in a room with an adolescent for 2 hours who won't engage you in conversation because all they want to do is play you clips from their favourite movies. I ended up, I mean, there's a sequence in it in which David Carradine, towards the end of it, says, you know, I really like comic books. It's like, please, Quentin, after we've been here for 5 hours, don't do the I really like comic books conversation. We don't need to have this. I've ended up feeling parental. I wanted to slap him. I wanted to say, Quentin, get out of your bedroom, pull your trousers up and go and get a proper job because you can do better than this.
Well, even, I mean, the first one was more of a splatterfest than this one.
I watched some of the first one on video, but I daren't watch all of it. I kept going out to make tea and pretending there was somebody at the door. So I was actually physically frightened before going into this one. And I actually hid behind the seat in front. And part of it for me was like a radio play, because I had my hands in front of my head. But then I was actually drawn into it. I liked it more than Mark did, because the music drew me in. Also, he'll make a noise before something happens, so I was able to look up a bit. And by the end, I found myself caring for him. I found myself caring for the Uma Thurman character. I found myself actually liking it and wondering what was going to happen and actually not being as frightened as I thought I would. Then by the end, I was full of joy. And I went out of that cinema in the best way, which is to think that you're in the film. And I walked up and down Leicester Square as though I was in that film, and that was a great moment of triumph for me. That's my first actual gory film that I've not actually gone out of halfway through.
See, I wish I'd had that experience. That's the experience that I wanted to have and didn't.
Well, before I come to Jermaine, let's see a little bit more. And this is Uma Thurman with a would-be assassin.
Hello, can I help you?
Hello, I'm Karen Kim. I'm the hospitality manager of the hotel. I have a welcome gift from the management.
Oh, that's nice. Can you just leave it by the door? You pretty good with that shotgun?
Not that I have to be at this range.
Well, guess what? I'm better than Annie Oakley, and I got you right in my sight. So let's talk. Karen, I just found out right now, not a moment before you blew a hole through the door, that I'm pregnant.
What is this?
On the floor by the door is a strip that says I'm pregnant.
Well,
any other time you'd be 100% right. This time, you're 100% wrong. I'm the deadliest woman in the world.
Jermaine, this was actually, I think, one of the comic moments in the film, of which I thought there were quite a number.
Yeah, but I was never sure if he was really in control as the director of what was happening. It was almost as if they were improvising the scene, because it gets completely ridiculous where she says, I don't understand this shit about the thing.
Read the back of the
packet. So then Uma says the packet's down there, so she's toting this immense shotgun and she's grabbing. But at that point, I really thought, no, I'm not going to wear this from you, Tarantino. You're not going to get away with this. You're not going to turn this into some kind of cockamamie feminist fable. I'll slap you.
Oh, no, I don't think for a minute he could even dream that it was.
Oh, what? The Lioness
is a feminist film.
No, but it's just not in any way, in shape or form.
But he said to you it's a feminist film.
He said to me it was a feminist film, but you don't believe him, do you? I mean,
no, not for a minute.
No, he's about as feminist as Wagner. I mean, at the risk of seeming very pompous, the whole scene with David Carradine, with Bill, is like Brunhilde with Wotan. He's her trainer, he's her commander, he's her father figure, and, in brackets, let it not be spoken in Gath, he is also her lover. And that is an amazing scene. If you look at the construction of it, it's very similar. And it's that... it's
God, I mean, maybe he's into that as well. I mean, I can't really imagine that was
no,
one
I
of his
don't imagine he is.
references.
I think he happened upon a genuine archetype, which is the love affair that really cannot
But what about
speak
this
its
idea
name.
that this one had more of the trademark dialogue, although a lot of it was incredibly banal?
It has more of the, it has less action, it has more talking. I think Jermaine's absolutely right when she says, there are magnificent scenes and there are things when he hits on archetypes, and it's almost moments in which he hits the Quentin Tarantino dialogue riff and he gets it completely right. But when you remember the movie, you remember it as a series of bits. You remember Uma Thurman being buried alive. You remember the gag about the pregnancy test. It's not a coherent narrative.
Am I wrong then to just enjoy the faces? To enjoy
I
Carradine's
thought it was,
face?
some of it was shot beautifully.
And to enjoy Thurman's
Yeah.
face and just be lifted up by that and see
But
them
I
all
want
as
more than that from the saviour of modern cinema.
Well, maybe you're going to have to stop saying he's that.
Well, he's not. So there we go.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, you can all see for yourself. Kill Bill Volume 2 is in cinemas now, and you can see Kill Bill Volume 1 if you want to go backwards on DVD.